Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV live with another late night discussion. This time it is a fans forum where everybody can come on, have their say. We got to start with Brent and Taiga, and who can win? For some reason, Win tried to put had a prank on me. He was naked and so I don't know what his situation is. Well, he's there now. He can't hear us for some reason. Like, he's trying to be
No,
funny,
it's muted.
trying to be funny. He's more like an idiot. Like, um, unmute yourself, man. Unmute yourself. Fucking no. And come on and have your say is the name of the game today. If you want to just come on and have your opinion for a couple of minutes, that's fine. If you want to stay longer, that's fine as well. It's a fan forum nonetheless. So everybody gets to have a say today.
Jump in.
Everybody gets to have
Oh,
a say
there
today.
he is.
The latest on all things Newcastle United, of course, talking about our not so great run of luck, I guess, should we say, in the last, I don't even know, 2 days. I guess everything just went crumbling down. Um, and we'll talk about that. Of course, there are some individuals that we can blame, or we can say we can blame. I mean, we have no proof really. Whether Eddie Howe managed these players well, whether the players manage themselves well, whether whatever happened, for some reason, everybody's crumbling. Every player is crumbling, and important ones. And then there were two or three or maybe four or maybe not. Things are not as bad as people think, because we still got Tonali, Isak, Joe Linton, and Bruno in the midfield. So the midfield is good, intact, but the defense not so well. So hit the like button, of course, become a member, subscribe to the channel, and we'll go from there. So good night, Brent, Tiger. Unfortunately, win. How was everyone?
All good.
All good.
Yeah,
Just got back in from our curry night.
fucking hell, man. Anyways, curry night that I missed, by the way.
What's that, sorry?
A curry night that I missed.
Well, you kind of handle it anyway, so.
Yeah, I choose not to. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you're a pussy, man.
yeah. Anyways, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. All right, so let's get to it then. Brent, haven't seen you in a while, so let me get your takes on what's going on, man. We are just absolutely
We
uh,
are knackered.
decimated.
Yeah, the left side's pretty well toast. It's a good thing Joe Linton's back.
Yeah, it is.
I have no idea what to expect. I also don't know what to expect West Ham because I don't know. Is Howe going to play the first team? Is he just going to say forget this one and focus on the cup?
What would you do?
It's tough because you lose to
better
West
believe
Ham,
it.
you could very well be in 10th place. If we lose to West Ham, there's a good chance we could be in 10th place after that. And then, you're starting to really count the games down. But obviously, the cup final is a cup final, but you're also going into it without three of your best players. Now, Botman, I'm not as, yeah, it's a big deal. He can't play, but he's been out for the bulk of the season, so it's not as big of a deal. It's Gordon's stupidity and Hall's situation that it sounded like to me. I think I read this today that the team actually knew Hall was injured, but Hall wanted to keep playing, and now he's injured. So
Deja vu with Botman.
yeah, and Botman's becoming Wilson 2.0. So yeah,
There was a good comment in the chat this afternoon. Jonathan Woodgate 2.0.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not good.
well,
Quality defender, but
Jonathan
never
Woodgate was
available.
on with us for years, so I mean, um, I guess there is a comparison there, but I think,
Well, just in terms of quality.
well, we don't know what Botman can do. Woodgate actually did have a great season. Botman, Botman all on paper is great, but really, um,
When Botman's played, he's never let us down.
yeah, but that's not the
Good.
case.
I don't think he's been as brilliant as everybody thinks he's been, but
Uh,
he's
but
certainly been good.
it's a big letdown. Something is happening. The 70 years curse.
Something is happening, and it
Man,
started happening.
this guy, man, he's happy we're getting injuries. He like I said, as long as we got to the final, that's it. He's ready to celebrate. You know what I mean? Instead of true fans actually care about what's happening,
Oh, don't talk to
and
me about true fans, man, will you?
true fans,
Fuck's sake.
true fans actually care and want to discuss seriously what's going on with the team because we are very much decimated, Tiger. Um, should we celebrate then? Because we got to the final. Is that our trophy?
No, I'm not one of those fans that accepts just getting to the final as an achievement. I want to go and win it. But you know what it is? Like, there's no point getting angry now at this stage. You can just laugh at what's happening because we're cursed, man. Like, this club is cursed. Whenever there's like something good about to happen, we just get bad news after bad news. Like, the thing with the Botman situation is the only positive I'm going to say is that he gets the operation and then he can have a rest and get ready for pre-season and next season. That's the one thing that we can be hopeful for, that he'll come back a better player. This whole thing about Woodgate 2.0, I don't want to say that yet. I don't think he will be like that. Of course, he's had a lot of injuries, well, a couple injuries, but you could say the same with Shearer. He had two career-ending injuries, and he came back stronger. So I don't want to
Well,
say
I
that
don't know
he.
about came back stronger, by the way.
Well, he still broke Jackie Milburn's record, right?
Yeah. But he wasn't the same in his all-round game. He was never the same player
Yeah,
when he came back.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
He
but
was still fantastic, brilliant.
yeah,
But because he had to adapt his game, and he did that superbly well. But he wasn't the player that he was the first season, if you like.
of course. But the thing that's annoyed me is that what Howe said about him being very close to coming back
Yeah,
alongside Joe Linton, but then he misses Liverpool, and then you come to the Brighton game thinking that he's going to be there, maybe starting or on the bench, but he's not there at all. And then fast forward a couple of days after, he's out for the season, and it's just like, why is Howe lying to the fans? You know, just say
Well,
it.
because he doesn't want to give the opposition manager a
all right.
heads
But
up.
But see
when
that's
that's
the
fine, yeah.
1930s
But
tactics, though. That's the
if
problem.
you know that the player is going to be out for the rest, just say it how it is. Just say it. I don't
Exactly.
know why he like. I feel like he's afraid of like the backlash from the fans. But if he tells the truth, we're just going to sit there and be like, okay, cool, that's fine. Don't lie to us and say
Actually,
that.
not because
I agree with you
I'll
100.
tell you for why. Because when Eddie Howe and Kevin Keegan did their head-to-head at the Tyne Theatre, the one piece of advice, and Eddie said this in his interview afterwards, the one piece of advice that he gave to Eddie Howe was be honest with the
Yeah,
fans. He says if it doesn't matter what if you are honest with the fans, they'll
Mm.
back you all the way.
And he
What he
hasn't
said.
been, unfortunately, this season.
And it certainly looks as though on numerous occasions now he hasn't been.
Yeah, and and you haven't criticized that. Like you don't criticize much of it of what Eddie Howe does. So
I criticise a lot of what
um,
he does.
um, I think it's unfortunate because you do want a manager to tell you the truth. He hasn't. He has lied, especially the latest one, obviously about Botman. It looks like anything he
I
says
think
is a
lying
lie.
is
Like,
maybe.
he lied though. If he tells you that he
Well,
is close
you
to
don't
return,
know.
then he is.
We don't know what's just come out of the
You can,
medicals and all the
you
rest of it.
cannot be close to return and then need a surgery
Well, you
in
can.
another. No, you can't be. You can't. Or if he doesn't know, he needs to say, "I don't know." We have to see what happens. That's better than saying he's close to return. In something abruptly goes the other way. So here's the thing: old 1920s tactics. You know what I mean? Not telling the opponent it's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't work because the opposition prepares for you having the best players. Plain and simple. And that's how all of that gets debunked. Thank you, Sam, for it says 100% knackered. Um,
We
so
are knackered.
thank you, mate.
100% knackered, kid.
Appreciate it. You know what I mean? So, this whole thing of okay, Liverpool, we don't play Isak, which by the way, it was legitimate that time that he was hurt. Okay, we don't play Isak. Well, Liverpool, what they're gonna prepare for the final with Isak in it. They're not gonna bite the bait and say, okay, Isak is hurt. It's just plain. It's like 100 years ago tactics, man. Those don't work nowadays. So here's the thing. I still though will say that we very much have a possibility of beating Liverpool. So we can beat Liverpool. We can do it. Um, to be fair, Botman is a gut punch, but we haven't been able to count on Botman for the whole season. So is that really relevant? I mean, it is if you have him, but if he isn't, you haven't had him. So you get the point. Let me bring in D Mine. Let me bring in Chris Radam as well. So how's it going, lads? All good?
All good, man.
All
How's it
good.
going?
How we getting on?
As good as it could ever
All
be.
good. All
It-
good, bro. What are you saying?
as good as it's getting. But D-Man, let me get your takes, man. What do you think about this whole situation, brother? We are just they have no luck. We are have no. I mean, I was gonna say the positive statement, but I'm gonna let you have take the helm for a second. What do you think about this whole thing, man? Just injury after injury, player after player being knocked out. It's rough.
It's a rough time at the moment, isn't it? It's hard to be enthusiastic about the situation. Dare I say, quite depressing. Um, I don't know. It's ever since we got knocked out of the FA Cup, and it's the performances as well. We didn't put in a good performance. Then we get the injuries. We've got Hall out for the season. There's doubts over Botman. Gordon suspended. I don't think Isak's fully fit. There's nothing really to be too positive about at this present time, and I don't see when it's going to change because we've got the West Ham game. And are we going to have one eye on the final? Are we going to turn up? Do we expect anything from that? Not really. Then we've got the final, which we don't expect to win. Are we going to get hammered? And then if we get hammered, is the season over? Is the player's head's going to drop? It's. I don't see where the positivity can come from. It's just that I've talked to every Newcastle I've spoken to. They're just down in the dumps, man. Down in the dumps.
Yeah. It's very much depleting seeing these things. By the way, Botman, I guess angry, commented on whoever's what was his name's
Geordie Josh.
yeah, and said stop spreading bullshit or the same along the same lines. Um, no, we don't know what that's about. No, he's clearly not going to play the final. So it is about just basically him getting cold, injury prone, or whatever. If people getting excited that he might mean that I'm going to be there for the final, so stop lying. Well, he's not. If he's having surgery, he's done. There's
But
no.
is he having surgery? We don't know because there's rumors that they've advised him that he should have it, and he's saying no. We don't know. We don't
Well,
know.
to be fair, the club hasn't reported anything officially, so it's all been Craig Hope, Chris Downey, which we assume
But
that they have.
there's no smoke without fire, though, is it? So
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
that's the thing, that we don't know what's true, what isn't.
It's a big statement, but listen, if Sky Sports see it, it's pretty much guaranteed, I think.
Yeah. Let me see. Pokey's in as well. So we got the fan forum, baby. We got the fan forum. People coming in want to have their say.
Let's
And
hear it.
well, Chris, unmute yourself if you don't mind, so we can get you on, mate. Because we haven't been able to hear you, by the way. I don't know if you've been speaking, so just letting you know.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now, man. What do you think about this
Yeah, I
whole?
didn't realize it was muted.
What do you think about this whole situation, man? Ahead to the final, by the way. I mean, it's like a week.
Yeah, especially with Botman. Is it
Oh.
Botman's right knee? That's the problem this time, not his left.
Thank you, Ian Fleming, for the kind super chat. Says, I am positive for the final. We will be beat. I'm gonna explain why I don't think. Well, I mean, it can't happen actually, but
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
But I
He
believe
has to
we need to
play.
get
He
more
has
puck.
to play Kraft in the centre back position with Shaw and Byrne, and then Livramento and Trippier and fullback. That's what I play. 5-4-1.
That'll be quite a good topic, actually. Do we all think that we should go with a back
Have to.
five?
I think that's a. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think. I think we
Who's
need to
the five? Who's the five?
Well, Kraft.
Kraft,
You
Shea
did
and
work with
Byrne.
it. Kraft, Shea, and Burn, and you got Livermento and Trippier.
Trips in Livermento, yeah.
You got
Or
Who's the
Trips
centre back
or
for
Livermento and Target. I don't mean Target at all.
No.
No, Target will get ripped.
Botman net.
I don't think he will.
Target
Man.
on Salah.
I don't think Target will get
Target.
ripped.
He will get ripped. Oh, I mean, and nobody takes.
No, I'm saying I don't think he'll go with the back five because let's say he puts all three centre backs on, one of them gets injured, then we go with the rest of the team with two defenders. So I don't think he's going to go with the back five.
Well,
He's came out and said there's no issues in the
valid point, I
defence. We've
suppose.
only got two centre backs.
Yeah.
What was that, Chris?
Understand? His comment, Eddie Howe says we're fully covered in defence. We've only got Sean Botman.
Well, I mean, if somebody gets hurt, you just go back to four.
I think.
Alex,
I think it might.
Alex Murphy don't know.
I think it might end up being similar to the City game where Joe Linton basically becomes a defender. He's just going to set into that back row
On the left wing.
and help whoever's on that left side, and that's basically going to be his assignment: is help on Salah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, mate?
The only problem with that is that if you play them, you've got no legs in the back four apart from Tino.
Well, that's assuming Tino plays.
That's what he played for.
That's assuming Tino plays in the back
That's
five.
assuming Tino plays, but he's got to play. He's only youngest one. He's the youngest one.
Tino would have to play.
Yeah, he'll play. He'll play.
You have to play for legs, but as I say, the rest of them, then you're going to be playing really deep. I think you have to play with a four.
I actually don't hate Tino and Joe Linton combination on the left. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
No. The point I came on for, Chris, was
I'm not keen on it. I'll tell you that.
Do you think Botman?
I don't mean J7 and Hall, but J7 and Tino.
Tino did.
I get better than Target.
Well on the left, man. What are you talking
about? He did better on that. He does better on. Believe it or not, every game he's played, he's done better left back than he's ever done right back.
So why are you not? Why are you not
good on the left?
Because I think I don't know. We'll get a full 90 minutes or 90 minutes plus out of Trips.
You're gonna have to. There's no if. He's gonna have
really good green Target on.
Because then Tino's going to go on the right.
To the right, sorry.
Target would go on the left.
Tripper can give you 30 minutes. He didn't give you 90 minutes at the time because his back issue, and he had to come off, thinking of the final. I'm assuming. So,
but we don't know what his back issue is, do we?
Apparently, he's trained normally, though, isn't he? Apparently, so.
Yeah, that is true as well. He's trained normally. So
fingers crossed.
So I don't think.
Do you think with Botman it's the same as last season at the start when he refused to have surgery? I think it's the same with this one. He's going to try to play on and not have the surgery.
It's his right knee that's playing up, not his injured knee.
Yeah, but I think that's because his right leg. What happens a lot of times when you get injured and you play on it for extended periods, like you did last season, your other leg compensates, and I think he's starting to feel the compensation from that now. So he's just really screwed himself up trying to play through it.
What is the type? Because I mean, here Connor is saying, do you think in the final we will defend and hope for penalties? I think that right there is a tactic that works almost never, because you're giving somebody 90 minutes plus extra time. I'm assuming
you're giving Liverpool 90 minutes plus extra time.
90 minutes for not to score, and you're just gonna give them the ball and sit back
right.
that they don't score.
And if they score first, what do we do? If they score first,
exactly, man.
We are knackered.
That ain't gonna happen. I mean, if that's the tactics, then that is bottling. That's what I'm getting into, the bottle situation. Which, by the way,
it can't be bottling against Liverpool.
If you don't put the right play, it doesn't matter, man. You got to the final as well. So Newcastle had to do something good to get to the final. So what are you talking about?
And we did do something good.
Okay, then. So it doesn't. That is not just you got to the final. That's not the reason to celebrate. We got to the final. Now we're good enough to play Liverpool. We can beat them because we got the best midfield right there, still available. We got Botman, although he.
Well, have we got Botman?
Let me finish first, man. Fucking hell. So, Botman, although we are sorry that he's not going to play, we haven't been able to count on him for a couple of games. The main one he played against Arsenal, but then he was inconsistent. So we've counted on Byrne and Shar. As horrible as they've been, I'm assuming they're going to have to wake up with the right foot and be ready. But they have done enough to get to the final. So it's not like we've had Botman for the whole season, and all of a sudden he's not there. That's my point. I think that not having Lewis Hall is going to be a big one. Obviously,
That's a big miss.
that is a big one right there. Sam, thank you for the kind super chat. Says next man up. Let's go after it. I think we can beat Liverpool. Am I the only one that think we can beat Liverpool?
We're
Yeah,
not beating
you are.
Liverpool, man.
We're not beating Liverpool, man. We're not.
We're
We're
not
not.
I
beating
think
them, man.
I think. Listen, I
I
think as
am
long
I
as
am happy clapper in chief. And do
I
I
think.
I
I
think
think if
we
we
can beat
score early,
Liverpool? In football, anything can happen, but that's about
Yeah.
where it lands.
Yeah,
if
but
if we score
Let-
first, we need to go 5-1
5-5-1.
Well, that could be disaster
formation.
as well.
We don't.
Just think,
Park
Chris.
the
Do you know?
bus.
Do you know? I saw a stat the other day. Yeah, the last 4 finals we've been to, we haven't even scored a goal. But we're talking about we can beat
Yeah,
Liverpool in the
exactly.
final. Like,
Tiger,
let's score the first goal first, innit?
Tiger, I've been to 7,
And thank God you're not going to the 8th.
and we've only scored 1 goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Even if we score
we're saying
first,
that we can beat Liverpool. We can't even score a goal in the final.
even if we do score, they're capable of scoring 3 or 4.
5 finals, we haven't scored any.
That is shocking. That is. That is
We're gonna have to
shocking.
go 2-0 up and defend for our lives. Yeah, that's what's gonna need to happen. One being a penalty or something like that.
We need a
It's gonna-
fan to come on the pitch to disrupt the game, mate.
We need Joe Linton straight from the kickoff to go straight through Salah, like Vinny Jones.
yeah, go
did.
kick his legs off.
Yeah.
Kick his legs off.
Do a statement. We're going to snap you. Let's see what happens.
It is just so typically Newcastle United for this situation to arise. It is just so stereotypically Newcastle.
Do you know what we need tomorrow though? With the press conference, we need them to actually press them for questions, not the bullshit work, not allow that tailor to ask him what colour socks he's wearing.
Yeah.
Actually, ask him proper questions and get answers off him.
But you never get straight answers from him. That's the thing. He always it's cloak and dagger.
You never get proper questions either. That's the problem.
True.
Actually, funny enough, what we were commenting on the last press conference, that there were 2 actual proper questions that were asked. I can't remember off the top of my head what they were, but there was 2 actual questions. Oh yeah, it was Dubravka or Pope. Hard question that he kind of in his Eddie way he skirted around. That was one of them. What was the other one again? I would need to go back to my notes. Can't remember. But there was another good question as well.
Do you know what? Under Bruce, they used to question every reporter must have spoke to each other and sort of had questions ready so that they were asking the same sort of question.
Yeah.
Keep it going on the same subject. Whereas the sporadically the questions that everybody asks is just you can just bat them away basically.
Correct. There's to be fair, I mean there's a lot of people don't like him, but Craig Hope does actually ask proper questions. Putting them on the spot. And he's one of the very few that actually.
Yeah, Eddie don't appreciate that when he gets.
And he doesn't know. But power to his elbow, I say,
Hey, there is a good point here. There is a good point. Craven says nobody thought Man United would beat Man City last season in the cup either.
Yeah, but that was a derby.
Nobody thought that was. Yeah, but come on.
Oh, screw the derby thing.
Here?
No.
You guys give just witchery and guru stuff and all of that. That means nothing, man. There ain't no derby BS. It's about
the football gods.
It's quality. Man City had all the quality in the world. They didn't give it. Now I think Man United did have some good individual talent in it. It still has. They're just a rubbish club.
Man City were drunk.
Man City
were they were drunk.
Look, we got the starting 11 midfield. That's it. We don't have Gordon fucking hell. So we got
Surely
Isak.
not.
Basically,
got
we've got four
Isak.
players, Chris.
Now,
We got
now,
Isak in the
things are
midfield.
getting, now things
Yeah,
are
that's it. The midfield and Isak.
That's it.
That's
Four
it.
players.
now things are getting a little hairy. But
But
look,
it's a
we're still-
chance.
Is it a fit Isaac? You know,
Is it a fit Joe Linton?
is it a fit J7?
Well,
Exactly.
why wouldn't it be?
Because he just come back from injury, from 6 weeks out, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Is he fully fit?
Man.
Watch him get injured against West Ham. Yeah, trying to
Oh
put
my
one
God.
on Bowen.
Here's the thing, though. But look,
That's where Longstaff should start.
Tiger was
Yeah.
Would you?
about,
Yeah. Would you play your best team against West Ham?
No.
not if
No.
you're down. No. Everything is for the final and about the final.
I would. Yeah. I would.
Again, every fan that wants a trophy
West Ham.
will say rest.
But
The
we
one
can't write
that-
off the West Ham game.
the-
No.
I agree. It's
You
yeah,
have
it's
No,
so hard
man.
though.
Me and
Nah,
Tiger,
you can't write it off.
agree on something.
You have
Yeah,
to.
'cause-
You have-
No, but
man.
Wilson's good enough to play against West Ham. He scores against
Yeah.
West Ham all the time. He's good enough to play against West Ham.
Yeah, I agree
Again,
with that.
witchery, man. That ain't got nothing to do with.
Miley start.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
But you would start Miley 100%.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
start
Yeah,
Miley.
Miley.
Asula
I
has
play
to
Miley
start.
over Bruno.
Sula.
Yeah,
I would
Sula
try
on the wing.
Sula on the right wing.
Still on the right.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
how that goes.
You can probably
Yeah.
Tonali because he's the only one that has any bollock, so he
I
doesn't.
wouldn't be averse to starting Asula on the right wing.
Yeah.
Target can start.
But you've got to be prepared after 20 minutes to shatter his confidence and take him off if it isn't working.
Yes.
And that could be devastating on two fronts. One, you're shattering Asula's confidence because you've started him and said, "Whoop, you're not up to it. Off you come."
Yes.
Yeah, but I just don't see that happen.
Well,
I
yeah.
don't think
Yeah,
he's
but
not
But
going to
then
be
how
that
would
big
you
of a
take him off
problem.
if he's playing a
He
weaker
has a
side?
blinder,
So
you bring him
he's
off.
forfeited the game in the first place.
Sunday.
Have you ever seen Eddie make a substitution in the first half apart from injury?
No,
No.
and that's
Not
what-
going to do it, is he?
That's not gonna happen. So he's not going to do it now. He's not going to do it.
for me. He's too reactive instead of being proactive.
Yeah. He's not going to do that. But look, the Tiger was bringing up a point talking about we've never scored a goal in the final. That has nothing to do with now, man. Nothing to do. We had rubbish team. Well, I mean, not really. When we made the finals,
we
we
didn't
had
have
good-
But 2 seasons ago, we didn't
we
score.
had- we had good team. We had a good team.
And we should have won that final.
But here's the thing: we just didn't score. Okay, we didn't happen. But that doesn't translate to now. If you're talking about the same team made it to 3 consecutive finals and we didn't score, you can introduce the Man United final into this because some of the players did play.
Yeah.
And by the way, Numpty Gordon, he signed for us, remember, and he couldn't play because he was already cup tied.
What
And
a
now-
donut.
And now the idiot does the same thing. But D-Man, there we go. You're getting him into a good segue there. What do you think about because Mighty Win wanted to give him a race after that performance?
Who? Gordon?
Yeah. He said he was attacked, so he just pushed him off.
Attacked. The guy's an idiot. He's a fool. The whistle went. Why are you trying to put hands on the guy? It makes no sense. He's just brainless.
Two things there. Did he know the whistle had gone? Because I don't think he did.
Well, I don't care. I think he did, but I don't care. It's still a stupid thing to do. What are you doing? What's he trying to? If he didn't think the whistle's gone, what's he trying to do? Because not trying to tackle him. What's he trying to do?
He's trying to get in the box. And
He's leaned. He's turned towards him and pushed him in his head.
pulling him back.
That's not a 50-50. That's not a 50-50.
That is not a football play. That's not a football play. That's the thing. Though.
He looked at him dead in his face and shoved him in his face.
Yeah.
It looked worse. Every play it gets, it looks worse.
The way you can look at Anthony Gordon right
I
now.
look at it, it doesn't look as bad.
But every time I look at Anthony Gordon's face, every time I look at it, he is in shame. He wants the world to swallow.
He knew.
Man.
Yeah, he knew. Once he did it, he knew what he did.
Not
Idiot.
once did he say anything. He
But
just
once
walked
he saw
off.
the record, he knew.
He walked off in shame because he knew what was going to happen. So
You're going to do it as well. Shove him in the back. Shove him in the back. You'll get a yellow card.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
But
He
also-
shouldn't have shoved him at all, though.
It
That's
would
the
have
point.
been
No
in
need for
the
it.
back were
No.
it not for the fact
No.
that Van
No.
Hecker had his
No.
shirt was
No.
No,
that doesn't
no.
A player to push the back of the head.
Exactly, man. And by the way, the force that he used as well, it's not that just shoved him. He's like he was angry. He was an aggressor.
Yeah.
So,
You saw the aggression.
Exactly.
So I want to hear. Has everyone just given up on Barnes? Are we just
I,
done with
I,
him?
I haven't. I have not.
Because he's going to start the final.
Here's the
He's
thing.
capable. He's capable of
He can't. He
scoring,
can't
but
start.
He's got 5 goals
He's
this
an
year.
impactor.
it's defensive. He's going to let us down defensively against Liverpool.
But we don't.
Any
Yeah.
other teams, I say, yeah, like Spurs or whatever it is, but Liverpool, they're going to push you
No. He's
back.
an
He hasn't got
impactor.
the
That's where Joe.
capabilities,
That's where Joe Linton has an increased,
responsibility.
responsibility there, big time.
Demon, man, you can't. At this point, you're gonna have to have the guys that know what to do a specific job really well and do that. You can't. It's a short blanket,
Yeah.
man. I keep telling you guys, you can't defend and attack, man. The football is a short
If
blanket.
he
You're
But
clears one for you, lads.
they know how to defend Barnes, didn't they? Just show him on his left foot,
I
like
think
show him on the outside, show him on the outside. He ain't got nothing.
I think if you let him lose out there, he might figure something out. I mean, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to, bro. You're gonna have to.
He's gonna have opportunities because he can shoot from such distance. He has such a good right foot. He can shoot from distance. That's something that has honestly been absent a long time this season for us. Is we're not shooting from the outside. We try to get cute, try to get in the box and put one, roll one
That's what
behind
Willock does,
goal.
by the way.
Why don't we? Yeah, Willick does that. He really annoys me with that. But let's let Barnes put some on Allison. And see what happens. There could be a ricochet. Isak could be there.
I wish we had Maxi for this one.
Throw it on him. What if he does put one of his worldies in like he did against Tottenham?
Maybe.
He did it against Tottenham. I mean, I know Tottenham.
Well, to be fair, I think
Tottenham.
the good point that Brent, he's been. Come on, man. Barnes was the reason why we were getting points
Early in the year.
performing
Yeah.
bad.
Wolves and
So,
Tottenham.
performing badly. Unlike some other old folks, they don't want to admit that we were playing badly and get results. Barnes was getting us points, and he was actually the top goal scorer.
the bench.
5 goals.
He was the top goal scorer for a while until Isak
Long
woke up.
time.
He's one goal behind Gordon. He's one goal behind Gordon.
Exactly. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is it, like third for us? So I think,
Gordon has 6. Barnes has 5.
Yeah.
which is unbelievable because
He's only played 2 games less, by the way.
get out of
Starts
here.
though. Look at how many starts.
Yeah,
though,
look at the
let's be honest.
starts. Look at the minutes.
Minutes.
Forget the games. Look at the minutes.
Dude, this
Yeah.
guy, that's what the guy.
That golf is what you're going to be looking at is the minutes.
Yeah, true.
So I think, but first of all, I think Brent has a good point because I think Barnes will start. I don't think Eddie's going to debate that at all.
Yeah.
I think he will put him on there, and then but who's on
So you're saying
Alexander?
Chris is playing 4-3-3?
I think he's going to go for the 3. I mean, I do. I do. By the way, even if you don't, you can still put him in there.
Yeah, you go 4-3-3, but you basically keep Joe, Linton, and Tonali deep.
Hold on. Talking about defending, by the way.
Bruno can go forward a little.
Listen,
A little.
come out. Talking about defending, it ain't like Gordon was killing it defending either. He's got a good performance running around here.
Look.
The work rate though.
Mente's goal. We all watched Gordon completely stop on that play when he scored.
Yeah.
He stopped. He just quit. And then he acted like he was tired
but
after he knew it was his fault.
Hold on. We go back on that goal. Trippier yelled at Fabian Scher and Byrne.
Oh yeah, no, there's no question.
Asking them,
There's
where
no
were you?
But in the moment,
I know that, but I'm saying that brings to the point of still the defense is weak as hell. And can it contain
my thoughts on why the defense has been so exposed this season? Obviously age. Schar's older. Byrne has never been fast, but I think the whole standing back and not pressing. The whole intensity is our identity deal that we have completely gone away from has completely exposed us at the back. We're not pressing. We don't press. That exposes how slow we are at the back. That's what's happened this season.
I got a question from Connor here again, and this is a good question. Interesting. And I would like to get I'm going to ask this question, and I want just one simple answer. All right, out of the reason that he's given it, I want the main reason. All right, and if you don't play the game, you can leave. So that goes directed at one person in particular. So the question: if we lose the final 5-0, what's to blame? Eddie, injuries, the ball. I don't think we want to do the ball, or the players in itself. 5-0.
Eddie.
The ball.
5-0, which actually could be very much a possibility.
Eddie.
It could be
Eddie
very
has
much
to
a
be Eddie.
possibility, and you're saying we can beat them.
I mean,
Brett,
it just depends on how the 5-0 goes. Like, if it's if Eddie comes out and makes some really crazy tactical decision or
that's
tries
fine.
something that fails immediately and doesn't
That's fine.
change it, that's on Eddie. But
Correct.
if the player, if we come out and
Yeah,
we're
no, no,
pressing
okay.
and we make some things happen and then they just start
Yeah,
blowing the game
That's
open.
still not
Yeah,
acceptable.
but once it gets to 3, you shut up shop. I don't care.
Yeah,
You
no,
shut up
true.
shop.
That's true. Yeah,
It can't go
yeah.
to 5.
In
It
the-
can't on the final on TV. Nah.
and
I agree.
but that's the point, though. That is the point. If it doesn't, if you don't close shop at 2, looking to 3 goals, whose fault is that?
That's Eddie. Of
Hey,
course
Eddie's
it is.
fault.
so
Of course
Tiger,
it is.
whose fault would
Do
it
you
be?
want Eddie? Would you want Eddie the first 10 minutes to go at them? Like just go at them like you usually normally do in a 4-3-3, just so you can get a go.
Well, see,
Go,
I
go,
don't.
go.
I think this game needs to be tactically like you need to have an objective in this game. It can't be, we'll see what happens. No, it can't
We haven't been totally sound for
because
months, Chris.
it has to be like this. Look, we're gonna do this to do that and hopefully win. It needs to be like military type planning, or
He has to.
else
Bit of shit
If he
housery
goes,
back
if he
and forth.
goes for them initially, goes at them, gets an early goal, sit back for
Yeah,
the middle part, and then
yeah,
up the intensity towards the end. That's the only way it can
yeah,
work. Yeah, because
yeah,
if you go too hard first and then you get the goal and you sit back for the whole game, they're gonna come
yeah,
at you. Yeah, if you
yeah,
sit back on the first initially, they're gonna come at you, probably get a goal. Then what do you do? So try get the early goal, sit back for a little bit, conserve energy, then go again.
yeah.
Maybe make 1 or 2 changes. I don't know, but for some energy when players
I
start to
hope
get
he's been
leggy.
practicing something. I really do.
Yeah,
I'd like to see another Isak goal like he did in the one at home, the game at home, that first goal.
yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
which
If
can
he does that, and it can happen exactly. Give him some space. It can happen. When he was hot, he was scaring everybody. There was not a single back line that wasn't afraid of him
I
when he
think
was
look,
rolling.
I think it's a game about keeping things simple, man. You tell Barnes, look, you're gonna get the ball, you gotta do something. It ain't no do this, run back. Let me look at your mileage. Let me look at your tracker and your back. None of that BS. You need to create, do something. Isak, you know what you do. It's plain and simple. The other twat on the right, just cross the balls in there. Please don't try to, because I mean he's gonna try to think. I'll tell Murphy this: don't think. Just do what you can, bro. You run, you're
Will you?
fast, and cross. Don't try to. If it's the moment you think, we're knackered.
We are
It's
And then
true.
get back,
Do you think
and
you
then
play
get back
Isaac
on
on the left,
DS.
Wilson up top? Is that a possibility?
What did you say, Chris? Sorry,
Isaac on the left, Wilson up front. Think that's a possibility?
Isak on the ooh,
Murphy on the right. I wouldn't sound that out. Let's tell you.
yeah,
I
but
Maybe
wouldn't
at
hate
some
it.
point during the game. I don't think he'll
at the end,
start like that.
at the
But at
end,
I
some
would
point during the
start
game,
with that, D-man. I would start with that for the
yeah.
encounter, and then
and,
go
and
right.
look,
You
man,
flip this.
This is a final. I agree with Alexander Ludi here for the first time sitting him. Proper ballers don't need motivation, man, to play in the final. This is 100% on individual players. Eddie has done enough. You can lead the horse to the water. So I agree with that. But I mean, the tactical thing that has to do with Eddie. But motivation, you don't need to be motivated. I think that the players, I mean, they'll think, fuck, we ain't got Lewis Hole, we ain't got none of these guys, but they got to get up for it. That cannot be negotiated at all. They got to get up.
Chris, let me just counter that for a second, yeah? But so when we're playing shit during the game, whose job is it to motivate them to keep going? It's
Well,
Eddie.
yeah, you're right, but motivated maybe it's not the word. It's about getting telling them, look, man, you got to do this now. Like yell at them, whatever you need to do. That's
You
That's
shouldn't need
motivating them.
motivation in a cup final. Sorry, like, you
no, no.
shouldn't.
Motivation is not the word though, because motivation is like being up for the
Kick
game,
up the
which is
arse,
a
yeah.
basic need in a final or any game, to be honest.
You know
So
that the biggest factor is in this game financial fair play. You, you send a team that can get to a certain point and then say to them, you can't spend any more. And you go into a final and you're playing a team that can spend basically as much as they want because of
no,
the
no, hold on, no.
But
But
Liverpool haven't
you
spent this
can't you
season.
can't
But they haven't. Yeah, they haven't.
Spent this
how
season.
much has
You
Liverpool?
can't say that.
Everybody talks about spending, 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 and I'm not necessarily talking about you, Boki. But Mighty Win argues that Man City beat us 5-0 because they spent close to 100 million. But the fact of the matter is, we're playing against Liverpool, who haven't spent. They actually won a
Yeah.
cup last year
Yeah,
with
exactly.
young
This is the
guys. young lads.
You're looking at last
Yeah,
year.
No, I know.
Caesar's the one club you can't really argue with
This
that.
year they're much better. Certainly they got. I mean, their defense is top quality.
It's just been the same defense past 2 seasons.
But we also had. They got to the final like that. Perfect. We got to the final as well with this lineup. By the way, how many more without Lewis Hall? Perfect. Anthony Gordon, has he played every Carabao Cup game? Has he been? How important has he been every Carabao Cup game that we played this season?
But if we had the right to buy any player we want, how many of these players would be in the squad?
Not a lot of them. But we got to the final. That's my point, though. We got to the final. It's not like
We've got there with hands tied behind our back.
Well, why can't we play the final with our hands tied behind our back? We did it. We got to the final that way.
Because we've got injuries.
Arsenal beat Arsenal 4-0.
Yeah, but we got injuries of Botman, which is important. But we haven't counted. Do you guys agree that we haven't counted on Botman for the whole season? I mean, we haven't.
We haven't.
No.
No.
So the only one is Lewis Hall, that's going to hurt. By the way, Mo Salah. Then you got Arnold on the left. So that's a well, I mean, right for them, but that's a big one, right? So I think that's how you gotta the Eddie Howe needs to find out how he's gonna stop the bleeding from that side. Because he's gotta put a tourniquet on.
Can't forget Diaz though.
But Diaz is on the Tripper's gonna have to deal with Diaz.
That's what I'm saying. Trips on Diaz.
Yeah,
I mean, Diaz is so much
Yeah,
faster.
that's what you have five
That was the
goals.
thing. That was the thing in our last matchup. Tino relies so much on his athletic ability and speed that he's used to being able to catch up with people, even though he's out of position. Diaz exposed him big time in that game, and Trips. But that's the difference between him and Trips. Is Trips has the experience. He knows he's going to have to sit back more. He's going to be far more. His position is going to be far better. And who knows? Maybe he can do the job against Diaz.
I really think he needed
set piece delivery.
I can't see it any other way.
But we'll go into the game with at least 3 of the defenders going to be in the 30s. No, we've got
but that's the same
more
for
legs at the back is a big problem.
We've never had legs in the back, to be honest.
So we may as well just write off the final then if you're going to say that. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the other thing that Trips does real well. The other thing that Trips does is he's up Shar's booty. He makes sure Shar is in the right place. I mean, he talks to Shar a lot, and that's something that I think Byrne does a good job. But I think that communication there is part of why Shar's been so bad this year, outside of his age, and
I think
definitely slowing down.
I think Tonali might have because Tonali, we depend on Tonali for everything.
But even he's not having a great time at the moment.
No, but it's still better than most.
Oh, you're not allowed to say that, man.
Still, which is still the best.
Still better than Bruno. Still better than Bruno.
I just tells you. But I think Tonali is going to because physically he's never going to let you down. So I think that Tonali is going to have an even harder game because now he's going to probably have to get in between to the center backs, defend a lot more, and that is the thing. You're not going to have him up front as much.
So I just seen a comment. How many Liverpool players get in our full strength team? Not as many as you think. No, there is. There is. There is.
Well, though, yeah. Well, I mean, the whole back line.
The goalkeeper, backline,
the goalkeeper.
Yes,
right.
Got Waldo
McAllister.
Yeah, I was going to say right now McAllister gets ahead of
Bruno.
There you go.
By the way, why are you so red, bro?
How many Liverpool?
He's making out with what's his name? From McDonald's.
Laying in a tanning bed, man. What's wrong?
I think what our fans rate this team like a bit too much than like it should be, right? Don't you think? Like
it's just our midfield and Isak. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And when Hall's fit, Hall.
And then when Hall's fit.
And Hall as well.
Yeah. But even the midfield, you've got McAllister or Bruno. That's a I don't know. That's a tough one.
I like McAllister right now.
McAllister.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
McAllister is I mean, he's just been playing good. That's it.
I do think J7. I think Bruno has been getting a little extra heat. He's been getting a little more hate than he's deserved. He's not been as bad as people have made him out to be. I get the conversation to be had because he's the captain, and that adds weight. But
he just looks.
If you look at his stats, he's not had a terrible season by any stretch of imagination.
Not a terrible season, but lately he's been disappointing.
His possession lost is not been good.
Yeah, and he's so slow.
And that's as big. That's and the first gear at 7,000 RPM,
Yeah,
going nowhere.
But doesn't it worry that the fact that the performances going into the final, the form, like the FA Cup, even against Forest,
look at our season though. I mean, when what was it? We had just lost to Chelsea. I think it was 2-1, and then we beat them at home. It was their second team, and we were happy about that. But then that's when we beat Arsenal after that, and we were like, wow, okay, we're doing something again. And then I think we lost to West Ham, and then we lost to Brentford.
No, West Ham
and
was
then
before that.
And then you're done. Or it was Brighton. Then it was Brighton, Everton, and it was that little run of games where we just looked like crap again, and we were like, we're completely lost. And then we won 9 in a row, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just been so up and down. It's so hard. Obviously, nobody should have confidence by the way we're playing, but the way the season's gone, if you look at it, we're either doing great or we're trash.
And if we're playing anyone else other than Liverpool, because we don't win against Liverpool. This is the thing.
That's the problem.
Maybe it's that it's about time we do, but I don't know.
It's different though, because I do think to a certain extent, just being away at their stadium is difficult. But I mean, I can't find
even we don't beat them at home. We don't beat them at home either.
Yeah, we're close though. But we do
give them a game.
We give them a game. I mean,
honestly,
the crowd.
Honestly, we should have won that game at home. But Salah.
Well, that's the thing, though. Why did we not beat them last year at home? Because we bottled the end, plain and simple. We remember it took Tonali off, he took everybody off, and then in lucky kind of play as well. Darwin Nunez scored back to back at the end,
and there were 10 men as well. I'm still lost.
They were 10 men.
Yeah, they were.
And there were 10 men down, 10
as
men.
As opposed to the year before when we were.
And this one here was 3-3 at St. James's Park. So I mean, so it can happen. I think
hell of a game.
How much extra time was in that last one though? That one we were talking about where they were down to 10. Wasn't it like 20 minutes?
Officially, that was.
It was like go until Liverpool wins.
They scored in 90
how
plus
the refs
7
seem to run that.
Yeah, they weren't going to play till they scored.
If we do lose against West Ham and Liverpool, God forbid, but if we do, how long does Eddie last?
No, he'll still be there. I think he'll still be there.
I truly do not believe Eddie's going anywhere.
I don't think
until maybe at some point next season.
At the end of the season.
Exactly, I agree.
He's got one more season.
No, I don't.
I think PIF
if he doesn't get Europe, he's gone.
Nah,
he's gone.
He'll be here.
He shouldn't be here next season if he doesn't get Europe.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
That's a different argument, but I don't think PIF are going to do anything. I think they.
I think the fact that
the Eels interview, because Eels basically said him and Mitchell are working towards the summer.
Yeah.
Why would they keep him? Why would they keep him around if they didn't have faith in him? If they had any question at all?
No, but no, hold on.
Because it's such a big.
My take is
summer.
The fact that they didn't back him in January when we knew they had the money. Now we know they've had the money now from the account. The fact that they didn't back him in January,
it just doesn't make sense.
To me, means they're saying, right, if you can get Europe, you're in. If you don't get Europe,
I don't know that I don't know that most of us here are taking into consideration the cup final, or maybe I'm wrong. I know Wynn doesn't. He just got to the final, so that he's happy about that. But I think that losing another final is two finals is a good test to see what a manager is when it comes to winning trophies and finals. I mean,
not when you're playing the best team in the world.
And you're down to your best players.
Here's the thing. No, hold on.
Hold
on.
And you're not deep as it is.
But hold on.
Not an excuse.
You're in a final. You're going to play the best.
Yeah, but it's not. You don't expect to win this. No one in their right mind expects Newcastle to win this final.
But it's the performance.
But if
performance. I get it.
Man, don't you expect we should win?
No, against Liverpool. No, I don't care how good we're playing against Liverpool. No. There's no way we should win, because there's no way any bookie would have us favourites against Liverpool, top of the league, who top the Champions League. There's no way we'd be going in their favourites.
Best team in the world right now.
I agree with that. But by the way, are they the best team in the world? Perfect. That just lowers the bar, by the way. because Liverpool are not pulling any punch. Look at what Aston Villa beat them.
No, but statistically,
yeah, but statistically, come on, man. You gotta look
hold on. Who's better than them? Who's better than Liverpool at this present time? Who's better than Liverpool?
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but
Real Madrid, man.
no, I'm
Yeah,
not.
no,
No, they're
this
not.
season,
No, they're not.
Yeah,
No, they're
Madrid.
not.
I'm not disagreeing with you on
2-0
that.
win.
What I'm disagreeing is how the distance between them and the rest of the team.
No, it's not that big.
No, it's not that. It's not that big. But the difference between them and us at the moment is quite big.
Yeah.
Especially with our injuries as well. With the injuries as well.
Yeah.
The distance is.
I would agree. I would agree with that. Let me say thank you to Sam though. Sam, thank you. Says, this one. What coaches have us sitting 6 with this squad? But we have a better squad than when we finished for Champions League.
That's
So
my argument exactly.
okay, that's your argument, but your argument and Sam's argument, thank you, Sam, gets debunked by the simple fact that we have a much better squad than we did when we finished in Champions League. So
hang on. Whoa. How have we got
I
a
agree.
much better squad?
We're a 6th place squad at the moment. I think we're 6th place. We're about average.
Yeah.
Where we're doing now, this is where we should
be. We've got
be.
a much better squad now than when we finished 4th.
Tonali, the moment Isak is on, it's not the same as Isak.
Lewis Hall.
Played when we finished 4th.
We actually have a
He
weapon
played,
in
but he
the
didn't start.
Lewis
Yeah,
Hall
Livermento.
is the best left back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So,
Livermento.
Livermento definitely doing well.
Murphy.
Gordon
Murphy's
last season more than this season, but still much better than the Gordon that
Hang on a minute.
that season.
Hang on a minute. When we finished 4th,
Yeah.
we had the best defense
No.
in the league.
Joint best for win.
And
Don't forget
Joint
that.
best, whatever. The best
Yeah.
defense in the league. There was nobody better than us.
Yeah, but
And that
still,
was with Dan Burn playing left back.
yeah.
And
So
Botman and Shea in the middle. And Trippier on the right.
yeah,
Put
but
Dan on left back instead of Hall.
we're talking about
How's this better
well, we're
when
talking
already with whatever 10 games to go?
But you're talking about statistics and
Well,
there
I'm
could be
talking about Chris. I'm talking about Chris saying that we've got a much better squad now.
I just told you
It's just better. It's better. I won't say
is.
much better, but it's better. It's better.
On paper it is.
So Tonali, one of the
maybe not, but on paper it is.
You got Tonali, one of the best midfielders in Europe. You got Lewis back, the best left back in the Premier League. Isak Storm.
Because Dan Burn was the best left back.
Oh, get out of here!
No, he
was not.
No, he wasn't.
Here, man. That is
Andy Robertson.
Team of the
Andy,
season.
Get out of here, man.
Played every game.
Are you kidding me? That's why
the best left back.
The best left back, Dan Burn, man.
Dan Burn was never. He would have been in England squad otherwise.
Exactly. He wasn't even.
He was voted for the England squad.
He wasn't even.
He wasn't in it. He was not in it.
Only you and the 5 people that are the Dan fan club were voting for that. Southgate, as much of a numpty as he is, that's probably one of the best decisions. He didn't even know who Burn was. Come on, man. Get out of here with that. Let's talk real. Right now we have a better squad. We have a better squad than we did before, and we got the Champions League.
Yes, we have got a better squad than we had before.
Well, then we shouldn't get beat 4 or 5-0 in the final.
At the start of this season, if Eddie doesn't get Europe, he's got to go.
100%, Chris, right there. By the way, I agree with you 100%. We should not get beaten 5-4-0. That should never happen. Liverpool are a good team. Are they more than likely going to beat us? 100%.
Yes.
So just to take that to what D-Man was saying before.
But it can't be no 4-0, 5-0.
Because D-Man said, if we're getting beat 3-0, you shut up shop. Really? In a final?
And what are you supposed to do?
What do you do then?
That's all the more reason to press even harder to try and get some goals so you can win it. And if that results in you might as well get beat 5-0 as 3-0.
No.
No.
Pride alone. No.
The thing is, when we always get to a final.
I would be furious if
I have to
3-0 and he shut
win
up
there.
shop.
No.
You can't disrespect it.
Look.
I can't give you 5-0.
You can't get beat 3-0. You got to keep going.
We'll have
another one-off match.
Sorry.
It's a final. You don't get consolation for losing 2-0 or 3-0.
No.
I agree
you
with Will.
can't
We'll
shut
still
up.
get a medal anyway.
There are ways of losing. There are ways of losing. If you're going, if you
Exactly. That's
embarrass,
a
Yeah, you
straight
can't
That's a
throw the
loss.
towel in, Chris.
if you're going to
that
get
goes in the
Not
embarrassed,
a cup
history
final.
books.
if
You're
if you're going to be embarrassed and thrashed by a team like
Yeah,
Liverpool,
but
you're ridiculed for
I think
life.
that's a
It's
sack.
irrelevant.
I think that's a
yeah.
sackable offense.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
100%.
And
exactly.
You
I
shouldn't be getting. We
completely
shouldn't be getting beat
disagree.
3-0
I
in the
think
final.
if you're
Then
getting
if we're
beat
getting beat
3-0,
5-0,
you've got to go for it.
No,
Well, how
you have to go
yeah,
3-0.
Go for what?
Right.
Go for what? You've lost. What do you mean? Go for it. Why? You're going to get slapped with it, so they can hit you on the break again and get 6. It makes no sense.
no, man. If
Just
you
take
get,
just take the L and go home.
Well, there's a
You
difference of
can't
opinion.
though.
Difference of opinion. As far as I'm concerned, it's a final. You got nothing. It
Yeah.
makes
Yeah,
no
you
difference
can't.
if
Yeah.
you get
6-0,
5-0,
3-0 is the
6-0,
same.
7-0.
yeah, but it does though. It does the way you lose. It's. I mean, that to me, Eddie Howe gets. If we let me put it this way: if we lose for but more than 4 goals in the final, Eddie Howe doesn't live another day. I guarantee you. And I mean, live as in football thing. Not. I don't want a numpty to go crazy and take that in and out.
Chris, I knew what you meant when you
See,
said that.
Jefferson.
see another day as a manager of Newcastle United if we
Hang on,
get beat by more
Lewis
4
is
goals.
trying to get in.
Lewis gone. Sorry.
Yeah, like, as we said a bit about the final, it's all the time we get a red card, then we get loads of injuries, and as you said, Chris, if we get beat 5 or 6, anyhow, we'll probably lose his job anyway. But
Well,
it's just one of those things. It's
I
just
think
like
that
we
would be.
get to a final, we get a red card, and the injuries pack up again. It just seems typical Newcastle.
Well, it is.
That's a good point,
No, I
Lewis.
tell you what's
If you
typical
get in the
Newcastle.
final, one of their players
We
gets
get up,
sent
we've
off
got
and
all
that
these.
tackle and we have
Everybody
10
rates
men,
us
that'd be
up,
great.
and then Chris gets it right, and we'll win.
But
Well,
this,
Liverpool
but
drew a
the
red
thing
card
is as
anyway.
well. It's just
Yeah, that'd
typical.
be
Hey,
great.
There's
how,
a
If they
how
theory
get
nice
going
would
scored
that
and
around.
we
be?
get
Two,
10 men, give
yeah,
them a chance then.
Look though, I think that Eddie Howe has a lot of time now to prepare the best game possible, the best game plan against a tough team. I don't think he can. I don't think he can. I think he's going to go 4-3 because I think he's stubborn, but I don't think that's the right way to do it because I mean, you really are leaving yourself open. I think you need to have the back five and add Tonali if you need him as a sixth player back there, because we might need that. And then you gotta let Tonali maybe give you long passes, get to Bruno and the guys up front do something. But you have to tactically like have a game plan because if you just think 4-3-3, I just don't see that.
So we've been talking
Have to
about
mirror Arsenal. Just mirror
if we
Arsenal.
lose.
What do you do
Go on,
there?
D man, you got something to say? Say it, man. Or you
No, I'm just saying with all these tactics, we're not seeing the ball. We are not seeing the ball. So I don't know what's. It's gonna. We're gonna have like 20% possession, and it's gonna be Bruno trying to spray long balls to Isak. He's getting bullied by Van Dijk. Like, where's the
Oh,
ball carrier? Where are we getting? Where are we getting from midfield from defense to midfield to attack? Who's gonna do that? I just don't see it. Unless Liverpool are tied from the Champions League exploits against Paris Saint Germain on midweek, and they rotate a little bit. And if they go down to 10 men, I don't know. But I just don't see where the chances are gonna come from. Gordon, you ain't got the runner in Gordon on there. Barnes is completely different the way he plays. Barnes needs the ball fed to him. Gordon can run with the ball.
Well, all right then. So why can't we put Willock there then?
Because he's not
He's
good
not gonna
enough.
start. Yeah, Willock hasn't been good enough. He hasn't been good enough.
He
He
can-
might do. He might do that, but
But see, he needs.
Willock has struggled.
Played a few games.
But
He might be
my
okay.
point is, he needs specific.
I would play Jason if Isak's fit. I'll play Jason
Look,
and Willock.
we always go back to yes, he's playing bad. Well, you know why? Because Willock tries to dribble into the goal,
yeah.
and
He's a ball carrier. Yeah.
why isn't there a person? If Eddie Howe wants to take a vacation during the week, why isn't there anybody with common sense tells them do not do that? If you get into the box, look to pass, look around. You don't have to dribble into the goal.
Well,
But
but you say I think you're completely wrong there, because what you should be saying if you get in the box, fucking shoot.
or shoot.
Fucking
But
shoot,
But
that's
yeah.
that's
why
what they don't
He
do.
just did his
That's,
daddies on the
that's the
ball.
point we have. We're trying,
because
like
Willock
you said, we're
always
walking the ball back in the box again.
Willock,
Like we did
Willock on
Hebrews.
Sunday,
Have
prime
a goal.
example.
Just have a bloody go for it.
So I think he has
Yeah.
the
Shearer never walked it in, did he? He
look,
just
man.
shot.
I think you give him the ball, and he has the pace to get there. Like D-Man was saying, we needed pace. So if he's why can't he just be told to look for a pass or shoot if he's available? I mean, if he does that, we are in a good position. But he doesn't. He tries to dribble around.
The
And so I,
problem is as well. You guys are saying we've got a better squad than we did in the Champions League season, which we've got better players. But if you look at this final now, we haven't got 9 players that we can put up, 9 first team players that we can put on the bench without putting 2 keepers on.
yeah, but look at the quality of the players that we did have at the time.
But we've got better players, but we haven't got a better squad. We haven't got a big enough squad to play games like this.
Well, I think the quality. Oh, I mean, the quality is gonna.
We have some impact subs. I think we do for a cup final.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you form the team. But if you put Willigan, then you might have Harvey Barnes to be an impact sub, I guess. But
Wilson.
Bring Bailey on. You got a Sula.
Wilson. The thing is, I don't think
ever done when they've come off the bench before.
Wilson is not an impact sub.
I'll give you Barnes, but the rest of them, what they've ever done when they've come off the bench.
Asula hasn't even had a chance yet. That's the problem.
But when we've been losing and then players have come on, not one of them has made a difference to the game.
To be fair, Asula's only had about 10 minutes. Come on, that's it. He hasn't even had a proper chance yet to have a go for it.
Well,
if Asula starts on Monday, I think he's in the
sub that's going to make a difference to a game.
Well, I mean, if you're asking if you got any elite players, no, we don't. We don't got any elite players coming out from the bench, or even.
I blame PSR for it because we can't spend anything.
Yeah, there's no question it's PSR, but it is what it is at this point, right?
It is.
Yeah, we got to do. With PSR restriction, we got to the final, man. That's my point. So,
but we have nobody else to bring off the bench. That's the point we're having as well.
We should beat Liverpool, with the quality that we got. Players we got, but we can't be losing no 4 or 5-0. That can't happen. Because I don't think the difference is there. We're not talking about, when you say best team in the world, we're not talking about Guardiola's Barcelona, by the way, who is the best.
No, I get it. Yeah, they're not. It's the best of a bad bunch, isn't it? But they're still.
Barcelona was got 10 goals against us.
But given our injuries, I think that the distance is a lot. Well, it depends what kind of team Liverpool forward anyway. I don't know.
I understand. I kind of agree with your point. I mean, I don't think Liverpool will rest any players. Let's be fair. They haven't. I mean, I don't think they will.
Aren't they out of the FA Cup?
All their players are athletic players, man. They run every single game. That's why they're elite players. And our players can't do that.
But I might give it a second thought to Wilson and Isak, because I think that if you just put Isak there, Konate and Van Dijk are just. I mean, they got one man to focus on and follow him around.
I'm heading down to that bloody match.
Yeah, to the final. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I've got a serious question on the final. If this was Football Manager, would you skip the match?
If this was what? Sorry.
If this was Football Manager, would you skip this match? No problem playing.
I wouldn't know anything about Football Manager.
I think I'd skip.
You have the option to skip it, Mighty Wing, if you don't want to play it.
Yeah, you option to skip some games. But no, we can't skip. We got to play it, and I think that we
I know, I'm joking.
We still got weapons to do something, man. Look, man, we're going to war.
We just have to turn up. We just have to turn up and play. Just turn up. I can take a defeat, but just turn up.
I agree with that. And seriously, think about how crazy this win would be if we were to win it. Like how insane things would be if we beat Liverpool. And in this situation, we went 2-1, whatever the score is.
Have you got any idea how much?
I mean, you're talking about a movie script would be made right after that. I mean,
I'd be naked in Trafalgar Square.
There's an Amazon special right there.
Yeah, there you go.
100%.
Here's a question though. If we win, say we do win the cup, right, and we somehow manage to get in the Champions League, does that make Eddie our greatest manager in modern times?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's modern times, yeah.
In Newcastle,
so you rate him above Bobby Robson and Keegan. You rate him above.
Already up there.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. I put it in the 90s Mags, and they said no. So I'm just trying to. I say yeah.
Well, if he wins the cup and we get Champions League,
you have to. He's not better than Joe Harvey though. He's not better than Joe Harvey. but in the modern era, he would be the best. I mean, just because
Does he get a statue? Does he get a statue?
no statue.
Eventually, yes.
No,
not a car boat.
Eventually
Not
he
a
would,
car
but not
boat.
straight away.
You need to win a little more.
He get a plaque somewhere.
He needs to
Start
get some
out
title races.
You get
And he'll get a statue.
But if he wins the cup and wins and gets to the Champions League, why doesn't he get a statue when Bobby never won anything? Got with the Champions League, and I love Bobby. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah, but it's like saying
I'm with
hold
you,
on, time
all
out.
day long.
No, time out, because it's like
He's no Geordie, that's what.
if Cristiano Ronaldo right now says I want to play for Newcastle, he comes here for 1 year, he would get a statue because he's one of the greatest.
I'll break it.
No,
I'll
he
break that. I'll break that statue.
Yes, he would, because he's one of the greatest footballers of all time. You know,
No,
It's
he's
not
not.
It's a Geordie.
But
Those
Keith,
brothers
I
that
think the
he
best
knows his
player
best
or
years.
Messi or
at modern
whatever.
time at the minute
And
is
that's why-
Messi.
If it's Messi, then yeah. If it's Messi, then yeah.
exactly,
Bollocks.
it's the same point. But Bobby Robson is actually one of the key. FIFA were giving him personal achievements, man. He was giving him awards at the end of his life.
What's that got to do with Newcastle?
It does have to do because he's a Geordie and he managed Newcastle United. It has a
No,
lot.
but Eddie would the first man to bring a trophy in how many years? And you said he don't get a trophy.
It'd be like 70 years since the last
Bobby-
one a major trophy.
Bobby's got a statue, not for anything he did at Newcastle United.
Well, I know you were one of the ones that wanted him out, so we know you
I
were one of
did
his.
want him out, at the end.
You're one of his nemesis. You never liked him, although you fake cry on the show when we did a show on him. So that's fine. But the fact of the matter doesn't change. That Bobby Robson was one of the greatest managers of England that England has
I don't fake
emerged.
cry.
So
I just happen to be
so
a very
that's why you got
emotional person.
That's why you got.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Ronaldo was
Yeah,
not
I
even the
agree
best
with that.
Ronaldo.
I
Thank you
agree
very
with
much.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. I agree with that. No,
Bobby
you
was
can't-
Geordie as well. He refused to come to our first time.
But-
he
but
could-
can I
he
ask
could-
something,
He
yeah?
could have come and he wouldn't leave Barcelona because, honourable man that he is, he wouldn't
Exactly,
break the contract,
but-
which I've got every respect
But-
for him for.
Can
But
I ask the question?
Geordie, you turned down Newcastle.
Yeah,
but he's not. But Joey Harvey doesn't have a statue though, and
No, he's
if
got
Egan doesn't got a statue.
And-
Egan
and-
should got a statue.
he got a bust, that don't count, man. If Joe until Joey Harvey gets a statue, nobody else, no other manager can, because he actually won. He was actually the team at the time in the 50s was a team to be feared, not.
whoa, wasn't the team to be feared at all, man.
Well, listen, man. You win cups back to back in multiple trophies. That counts for something. Not
Oh, you're
one-
talking about as a player.
Well, what Joey Harvey is an entity. I mean, if Eddie Howe wins 3 cups in a row, then you can talk. But I mean, right now he's not there. So
Well, if,
Look,
if,
man.
if Eddie Howe wins a cup and gets Champions
I
League,
think he would be the guy.
I'll personally open
I'm
the
sorry.
fucking
First,
fundraiser.
I'm sorry though. Let me tell you. You can call me a plastic fan or whatever you want to call me. I don't give a shit. Getting to I have standards in my life, in football life,
I
and
have
everything.
standards.
If you tell me that getting to a Champions League is something to get a statue over, I'm
I'm talking
sorry.
about winning a cup.
A trophy. A
But
trophy.
that's what I'm saying. Getting the trophy, but you add it getting to the Champions League as if that's actually another trophy.
No. The Champions League was about is he our greatest manager if he gets a trophy in the Champions League. But I'm saying if he gets the trophy,
I think a trophy.
Oh,
would,
it's Boogie got his camera on.
I think a trophy would.
That's your Fugan win. Bobby was great manager, but never for Newcastle. He was a good manager.
Correct. He was brilliant for a lot of for
Yeah, but he
Ipswich in
never-
particular,
never
and
won
for
anything.
England
Yep,
and Barcelona and
yep, 100%.
Yes, we
Ah,
are.
he did well at Newcastle though.
He did good in Newcastle. Exactly. Yeah, that's not fair though, man. Let me tell you something.
was it not fair?
But Sir Alex Ferguson didn't want to face Bobby Robson. Let me tell you that he didn't want to see him. So come on, man. Let's be fair with people. When people have a.
I
Not
think,
a
Alex,
cup
I think
trophy.
Alex Ferguson beat him every time he played him.
He didn't want to play him. Though. Okay, sure. He didn't want to play him though.
Can I ask a question?
felt sorry for him.
So everyone here would want to give Howe a statue if he wins the cup, right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Not me.
I'm not saying I'm just asking a question.
Team can get a statue if he does win the cup.
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm
So
not.
let's say he gets a statue, yeah, and then we get another manager. Do we give him a statue every time if he wins the cup?
He's not the
Like,
first.
yeah.
He's not the first. He's not the first in so many years. I'm not saying Eddie Howe does get a statue, by the way. I'm just playing devil advocate here. I'm just asking.
He
a question.
gets a brick in the
If
new stadium.
Let's
Manager
say
needs to win the title to get a
there's
statue.
another throw ball to this. If we do win the cup, and we do get a new stadium, we should name a stand after Eddie Howe.
Well, we'll see about that.
Jesus.
We'll see about that too. I mean, he, you know,
I hope he's gone in the summer, mate. So I don't want him to be named in the stand.
The agenda.
Or
Would you be
say Bobby
would you be
Robson
saying
should
that
get a
if we do
stand
win the
named
cup?
after
Though?
him?
No, if you, what did you say, Brent?
I was asking Tiger, would you be saying that if we win the cup though?
No, I mean you can't sack him. You can't sack
He,
him.
he
Well,
needs one
I
more
said for
window.
me, like if he wins the cup, but finishes like 10th, 11th, then I would consider it. Yeah.
Well,
What about eighth?
essentially,
I mean, it's outside the European spots, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
But no, it all depends what happens. Because obviously
But-
it could go down to 9th this year.
But
European
for
football
me,
It could go down
places.
to 10th. It could go to 10th.
But
Is there,
It could actually go down to 10th,
European
But lads, for
football
me,
for
yeah,
the
I'm
but
looking
Cup?
at the
that-
summer.
but
I'm not excited for
that
the
is
summer.
not an accomplishment, though. That's not an accomplishment. If you qualify for Europe at 10, I mean, come on.
Whoa, hang on.
10.
Joe Harvey qualified for
That
Europe
was
in
a long time.
10th
Yeah, he
when
won.
he won the first cup.
He won 1 trillion trophies,
We
man.
were 10th.
That is not an accomplishment. That is not. If you does any mid-table, Brentford can qualify for Europe.
Whoa. You're telling me it's not an accomplishment to win the first cup.
Yeah, it is. That is, but not
Hey,
qualifying.
how did we get in the first cup? By finishing.
That ain't got
10th.
nothing to do, man. No. Get out of here.
It's the same thing, Chris.
No, it is. But that is not. Jesus Christ, man. That is not the.
Yeah, the accomplishment isn't finishing 10th. It was winning the cup.
Once you're in the cup, getting the cup is the accomplishment. Not because we got there in 10th place. That ain't no. That is.
So if we get 10th and he gets the wins the cup, this cup, and he gets 10th,
Conference
should he
League?
go?
Well,
if we get 10th and we get the Conference League and he wins the Conference League.
No. I'm talking about this season. If he wins the League Cup and finishes 10th, should he go?
Yes.
No, look.
No, he needs another window.
I found something out about the if we win the cup, we have to do a qualifying round again to the Conference League. We don't get automatic.
I'm not worried about that.
Well, actually, we do get Europe though.
If you get Europe, if you win the cup anyway, don't you?
If you're going
not the Carabao Cup now. You have to do a qualifying round.
What?
Like
Is that
Chelsea
right?
did last
We
year.
might even bottle that.
Still Europe.
Look at the mighty win. Still Europe. No, you gotta win games.
But Chris, can I just finish off my point? Yeah, what I was going to say before.
Yeah,
I'm not excited for the summer. Yeah, because like you say that Howe needs to be back, but look at the players that we've been linked with Howe in charge. Do you think they're going to take us to the next level? Look, Trafford coming in.
Well, I don't know. I'm starting to
Tyler
change.
Diblin, Marcus Tanovic, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Do you think these players are going to take us to the next level?
Well, no, I don't think that. But I mean, I don't know about
Mitchell's going to have a say in that. I don't think Mitchell's going to let some of these guys that you're talking about. There's no way.
It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin or no one, mate.
No.
Here's the thing, though. We still don't know as far as Paul Mitchell and Eddie Howe's relationship, how that's going to work out. Because I still have my thoughts about Mitchell and Eels not being 100% behind Eddie at this point. And listen, is there? By the way, a lot of the fan base thinks that. So if they are, although he wins, if that's not enough, if they don't see enough of a manager that can turn the team to make it, because Mighty Win thinks getting to Champions League is an accomplishment, but to where we become regulars in Europe. Maybe if Eddie is not that, then they might think otherwise. So I don't know. I just don't see him getting sacked if we win a trophy, though. I mean, actually, not even from the PR perspective. Darren Niels and Mitchell would get the crowd against them if they do that. I don't think they would do it, but
I think Mitchell needs somebody in place that isn't an Eddie Howe, that doesn't have as much power over the club. Mitchell needs a coach in place, not a manager. And if he's in place, then
but Eddie. But I'm sorry, Boki. But Boki, I'm sorry. Eddie Howe is a coach. He's not a manager.
But he's got a lot of say over that club.
I understand that, but I mean, his record right now is coach-like. You're a good coach. You're not a guy that we're going to give the keys to the club to. I'm sorry. Mighty Win would. He would give him the keys to his house to manage everything.
But Chris, Howe's got a lot to see over that club. He's got a lot
I,
to see.
I,
And
but
so he
I
should.
don't think he does anymore.
I don't
But
I
think
don't
he
think
does.
he
he does
did when
anymore.
Amanda Stabley was there.
I
Not
think
anymore.
For
I think
Mitchell to work, you have to have him in charge of recruitment.
yeah.
100%.
Anyways, Lewis, cheers, mate. Have a good one. He's got to go. Have a good one, mate. And we'll be wrapping up
See you,
soon as
Lewis.
well. So, um, I mean, I think that's the issue with Paul Mitchell, though. Paul Mitchell's come in and said, "Hold on a minute, I manage football. Me and you are going to have to talk. It's not just you." And that's been the issue. That's been the issue that Eddie Howe wanted to
That's
run.
been the issue from day one.
That's been the issue, And I agree
And
that
the
Paul
bottom,
Mitchell
the
needs
bottom
to,
line is Eddie will turn round and say, right, if that's the way you want it, PIF, bye-bye.
yeah. And to be fair,
Good.
And it'll be the
I hope that
biggest,
happens. Yeah, good. I
biggest
hope that
mistake
happens.
we ever make.
and you're
Yeah.
saying
It'd be the what?
It'll be the
What'd you say?
biggest mistake we ever make.
There
No,
we
you'll
Oh,
go.
come
recover.
on.
We'll be
Win,
fine. We'll
man.
be fine.
Jesus
We'll be fine.
Christ.
Hey, listen. He's acting. If Pep Guardiola comes to me and tells me, "You either give me the keys to the club or I'm leaving," and I'll give him the keys, my key fob, everything. But Eddie Howe is not an elite manager, man. There's
He's
not.
not. He's not.
Let's just speak the truth, man. He isn't. He
He's
needs
a
to
good manager. He's not elite. He's not elite.
look. If he wins the cup, he's getting there, right? If he wins the cup, he's proven something.
With his
So
hands tied behind his back.
yeah, okay,
But Win, like I said before, if with Howe still in charge in the summer, are you excited with the transfer business that's going to potentially happen?
oh, he's.
I actually
Yeah,
am
he loves Calvert
because
Lewin.
I told
it-
you he
He's
is.
British.
because that will
He's British.
only happen if PIF have decided to fully back Eddie Howe. And
That's a
if they
dangerous
do
game.
that, and if Eddie Howe has the major say on who we're bringing in, the type of player we're bringing in, will be okay.
So you're excited with
What's
Trafford
the
coming
point
in
of
as
Mitchell?
number one?
He's just going to sign
Excited with
athletes.
who?
Are
What's
you
the
excited with
point of
Trafford from Burnley coming in as number one?
No, who says Eddie Howe wants it? Trafford is number one.
Well, it's been reported that we're signing him in the summer for 30 million.
Yeah, it's
Oh, Mitch,
not,
my
it's
That's
not
no
guaranteed. It's
way
all
would
talk.
I sign Trafford for 30 million.
Oh well, that's something we agree on then. Okay, cool.
well,
That's all right then.
cheers
I
to
mean,
Sam
sign him
again.
for 5 million. I saw 5 million quoted.
Cheers to Sam again. Says Pep. Have Pep ever had a squad like ours?
No.
Yeah. That's what everybody says about a poor manager.
But as I say, one of my reservations about Eddie is that I don't know. I honestly don't know how good he will be.
Yeah, but we're not a drawing board, man.
Given a squad of elite players, which he's never had.
Yeah, but when
I know how good he is at improving players.
we're not a drawing board.
Can he manage a squad of elite players? I don't think he
I
can.
don't know.
Yeah, but we're not a
Time
drawing
will
board,
tell.
man. We're not a drawing board. We don't get to do whatever in the
But
race.
we are a drawing board.
No, we're not though. We're not. We're a club that we need to make progress. And so
We're making progress.
if he doesn't make progress with what he has, then he's showing some things. Some things. I'm not saying that he needs to be sacked, but he does have
No,
deficiencies.
because you sit on the fence with spelts in your ass all
No,
the time.
not at all. Not at all. Because I'm being objective. That's the point. You're not objective.
You're just frightened to be the one who can.
Not at all.
I'm waiting to clip it.
I'm never afraid of anything. I don't think he's an elite manager, and we have to see until the end of the season to assess his what he's.
Can he become an elite manager?
We don't know that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm not.
No.
I'm not gonna wait.
There's always a possibility, but no.
I'm
let's
not
be honest.
saying he's an elite
No,
manager,
he's
but
not.
I've got
Yeah, but
every
He's not.
faith
He's never going to
he
be an
can
elite manager.
become
He's not.
an
No,
elite manager.
no, we can't. No, we can't.
The point of the point of the thing is when you are willing to wait your last 10 years on him to become a manager, I'm not.
No,
So
I'm not.
he
I'm
either
not.
shows what he
I've
can
already
do,
how
or he
many
can hit the
times
door.
have I got to say?
Oh, so we
If he
agree. Then.
doesn't get Europe this season, he's
Okay,
got
then.
to go.
So we agree. So why are you yelling? We agree. We agree, man. All right,
You're
listen.
saying I'll give him me next 10 years. No, I won't.
Yeah, you probably would, to be honest. You would get burned your next 10 years. You'll be waiting. You getting tired though. So you might want to sit down. Let's go with some star comments before we go off, ladies and gentlemen, please. By the way, Connor asked me to Chris to ask him if somebody offered you £200 for your cup final ticket, would you sell it with injuries and suspensions?
Yep.
Oh,
No.
look who's arrived on the scene.
Would you sell it, Chris?
No.
Hell no, exactly. I'm ready
No,
to
no, I
pick him
still
up.
go. It's crap.
I can't hear anything, boys. Sorry.
Where the hell's Amrin at?
Oh, he can't hear anything. So anyway,
Uh,
okay, let's go on then.
I just left him in the Indians.
Stephen Howe says, "What is it with Eddie? Does he deliberately mislead fans, or is it poor medical advice? This Botman was supposed to be close to him. Listen, I don't think I'm not going to blame. Listen, medics and doctors actually depend on their job. You know, they got a legal obligation to tell the truth, or else they go to prison. So I'm going to just go ahead and assume that Eddie Howe lied to the fans. So I'm just going to assume that. And I think that's what more likely to happen anyway. So we'll see tomorrow what happens. He'll be asked, I'm sure, or Luke Edwards would just ask him to smile
What's his
for him,
favourite colour?
to smile for him a few times, and anyway. But some hopefully Craig Hope is there to say otherwise. Steve, what about West Ham? The fans are the problem. Why the fans are the problem? And what about West Ham?
Maybe because we're writing it off, and we shouldn't. Which I
Well,
agree.
Correct.
We shouldn't write that off.
but see, I understand that us fans we're not used to like competing for finals, so I understand that. But finals are very important. The most important thing that happens to a team is getting to a final. So one game before the final.
I thought you just said getting to a final didn't mean anything.
Well, it doesn't mean anything really, but I mean you got there. It's important the game to win a trophy. That's what the point is. So one game before the final, you gotta take your reservations. I mean, it's just plain
No,
simple.
you've got the rest of the season to think about and all. Just on the off chance that we don't win the final.
Okay, that's just one game though. All right, Tobias Matson. Sure, this David versus Goliath. If we're gonna back us to
If we're
win,
not going to back us to win,
why even be a Newcastle fan? The reason the PSG 4-1 win was my favorite because how the fans was behind the team. Look, we're all behind Tobias. We're all want Newcastle to win. We're trying to have a realistic show here, mate. This is not war flags where we just uh, swing flags from left to right. We actually got to have some common sense. Although Mighty Win doesn't provide that very often, but we're trying here with the rest of the lads. So Stephen Field, Harvey Barnes will score the winner according to PA at Pizza Express. and fucking there we go. Hey, you never know, man. You never know.
I'll be
What if
very
he
worried.
does?
If
What
Harvey
if he
Barnes
does?
starts that game, I'll be very worried.
Hey, we never know. Old angry noob says, "Did someone just say Maxi? Ha ha ha! Why he could run into three players, lose the ball? I don't buy into the Maxi. I know the Tiger loves him. I mean, he's just like Almiron. I mean, he's just like Almiron.
What?
He's just like Almiron. Run around like a headless chicken.
Maxi was cool,
Yeah,
man.
less
Maxi was
stats
good.
than
Yeah,
Almiron.
Yeah, Maxi was
Maxi
cool.
had his moments. He had his moments.
Maxi was cool. That is,
Maxie
I
had
agree
his
with you.
moments and Miggy had
Maxi
his
be great for the final, lads. Come on.
Well, he already had
It still
final.
baffles
He
me
already
that
had
we
a final
sold him before
trial.
we
He's
Trust
already had one final.
me. He already had a final.
Yeah, and he was the best player.
He was our best player that day.
our
He
best
was.
player. Yeah.
And no,
We
no,
haven't been the same team since
We
he's
were
left.
shite
Just
that
I want to
game.
swap about
Yeah.
there.
talk about the final where Eddie Howe put in Matt Ritchie over Wilson in the second half. So don't let me go there yet because we didn't have a
And we
chance.
had Dummett. Our team was
So
terrible against Man
talk
U.
about bottling.
Hey, we're coming to the end. Listen, Ian Fleming, thank you very much for your super chat. Sam, thank you very much for your 1, 2, 3,
How
4,
about you let me run the
5 super chats.
How about you let me run the show? Thank you very much. What the hell? What just happened here? If you want to go on, man. What the hell just happened here? Anyways, Johnny NUFC Barnes only has one move cut in and shoots. You can't read them like a book. All right. Well,
Correct.
that's a fair point. Adrian Pickett here says, "I wonder if Slot will rest some players. I don't think so, but
That's the thing. If Liverpool win it, they won't give a
There's
shit.
Alan.
That's the worry
He's
about
the
it.
reason again.
Alan Thompson says, lads, he's not been back the last three windows. And we've been in two cup finals. Now a top 10 finish.
Champion League and a top 10 finish.
A top 10. Please stop saying top 10 finish, man. I swear to God. There ain't no top 10 finish no more. Stop. Top just counts until like 6. That's it. Please. No top 10. Because I can say the last 10. So come on, man. Please don't do that. PDK, us getting beat in the final is the perfect stick for the How haters to beat him with.
Yeah, and they will. Trust me.
It depends on the performance. I'd rather
They
win.
don't even they don't expect to win, do they?
Me,
No one
me
expects to
too.
win.
I'd rather win disgracefully than lose
I
elegantly.
agree with that as
And
well.
last
Yeah.
question by New Gamer: is it going to a final with the shut up shop from the start? What?
Not is
Not
that
a
not a
defeatist.
defeatist outlook? It certainly is.
All right.
Yeah, you
Well,
can't shut up shop from the beginning.
no,
No.
you can't do that. You can't do it. You got to go out there and do something for certain. For certain. Anyways, then, well, listen, we've had a good fan forum full of shouting and the loudness, but we are fans nonetheless. We want Newcastle to win. Um,
You could have fooled me at times.
no, actually, you could have fooled me at times the way you speak about winning. But listen, it is what
I
it is.
speak. I speak about supporting the team.
Yeah, that's fine. You're a happy clapper. That's what you are. So tomorrow, Friday at 3:10, we'll be live doing the press conference of Eddie Howe and ahead of the
That's
West Ham game.
9:30 UK,
So, oh yeah, that is true. 3:10
10:10
in the,
UK.
3:10 in the morning for me. So, anyways, appreciate everyone. Take care.
Hey, we
Thank you.
got a chance. We got a chance. It might be 1 in a million, but we got a chance. We're there. So
Exactly.
We do get a chance. Exactly.
There's a 1 in a million chance some reporter might ask a pertinent question.
And Alan
Press
yeah,
Thompson,
conference
we were
tomorrow.
top 17th under Bruce. Exactly, baby. Stop saying top 17. Exactly. That's why I'm saying top 10, man. Anyways, see you lads. Take care. Thank you, Demon. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Boki, Tiger, Brent, Mighty Win, and also Lewis, who was with us earlier on. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.